ठीक है, अभी रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. You will also get the LMS portal. I am working on it. One of my friend is also working on this. So right now you can only see this much. So you will get LMS portal in say 1 or 2 weeks max. So next class, next week onwards, the class will happen from there itself. So everybody will get a login ID and a password. You can log in and watch your live classes. So next week onwards, no need to make the third party recording and upload it on the YouTube. You can access through our LMS itself, like Henry Heaven, how that was working. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now I will start with today's class. Today's class, we are not running anything on the system. Instead, we are understanding in a very deep manner how HANA is much better than ECC. I think this was on demand. I was not intended to do this, but Vaibhav has demanded long back. I remember, sir, I want to know technical difference as well. Okay, fine. Let's start. Differences. From the next class onwards, we will next class there is a complete technical thing. Anybody from electronics background or computer science background?
Sir, little bit.
Little bit.
Because I work in.
That कंप्यूटर कम्युनिकेशन नेटवर्क करके एक सब्जेक्ट था, OSI मॉडल, सब पता है आपको? ऐसा कुछ?
सर डिटेल में नहीं पता है.
नहीं, डिटेल में नहीं चाहिए भी नहीं. सुना हुआ है ना?
थोड़ा बहुत सुना है सर, पर डिटेल में नहीं, इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ. मतलब
अगर सुना हुआ तो ठीक है बस. वो वही है, कंप्यूटर कम्युनिकेशन नेटवर्क का जो भी पार्ट होगा, वही एक 3 लेयर में SAP का आर्किटेक्चर बना हुआ है. ओके, so this is our module 1 and the class 1 is difference between ECC and HANA in a very deep manner. So this is our first batch, first core batch, let me say. Our paid batch, I am not concentrating them on much on their job oriented side. So ours is a job oriented side. So you need to work hard from today. I can see you people are already working hard. It is wrong to say that you should work hard from today. I can see that was a heads off, guys. Seriously, you are helping each other and nice rapport you are building. Thanks, everyone. Let's start with the first class. So, first is difference between ECC and HANA. आप लोगों को क्या पता है इसमें? बता सकते हो? हेनरी हार्विन में थोड़ा बहुत बताया था मैंने. Like based on that knowledge, you can recall yourself. Like what you know, what is ECC and what is HANA, how it is different.
HANA is a cloud-based software, I think.
No, see, if HANA was a cloud-based software, Josh, if HANA was only a cloud-based software, then how can I am using GUI here? I should have done every work in the Fiori through the web URL only, right? So it is
Yes.
not just the cloud-based ERP. It is a misconception. It is not only the cloud-based version of the SAP, but it has got so many other things as well. One of the thing is cloud based. Yeah, that is known as BTP today. SAP BTP we call. It is still evolving. Many people are not willing to accept it because of so many reasons. Let me talk about that particular part in the real time class of ours. So business technology platform is a cloud platform which SAP has launched. Instead of that, many people who want to run their S4 HANA on the private cloud edition or the public cloud edition, they are going for the third party clouds such as AWS or Azure or GCP, etc. So not into the BTP particularly. Yeah, let's talk about that. Any other differences apart from
सर
cloud based?
बिजनेस पार्टनर इन HANA और ECC में हमारा वेंडर
Yes, absolutely
टाइप्स होता है.
true. Yes, that is true. Any other differences? You may know. I have completed everything here. See, HANA का full form क्या है? Anybody knows HANA's full form? What do you mean by HANA?
High performance analytics appliance.
Yes. high performance analytic appliance. So as the name, HANA is more onto reporting side, less onto the ECC is less onto the reporting side. That is the major difference. In HANA, there is one functionality called Universal Journal, which you will get every report. That I will discuss about. Any other differences at the technical level?
Sir, in ECC, 18 character only. I mean, HANA up to 40, we will do
Yes,
for material.
yes, that is also one thing. टेक्निकल लेवल पे डेटा कैसे सेव होता है और हाउ द टाइम एंड स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हैज बीन एड्रेस्ड इन हना, एनीबॉडी हैज दैट आइडिया? किसी को मालूम है मैट्रिक्स? शायद 10वीं में पढ़ा होगा मैट्रिक्स, और 10th एंड 12th में, 10th 11th 12th में आया होगा
Yes, sir.
मैट्रिक्स एंड डिटरमिनेंट्स.
Yes, sir. Matrix.
या मैट्रिक्स. मैट्रिक्स में क्या होता है? मैट्रिक्स ट्रांसपोज पता है ना?
1, 2, 3.
याद नहीं आ रहा.
राइट. मैंने इसका ट्रांसपोज कर दिया तो क्या होगा? इसे दिस इज ए मैट्रिक्स A is equal to this one. Now if I write like this, so what will be the answer?
So 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 5, 6, 9.
Yeah, vertically 1 2 3 I should write like this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
बस.
So,
Yeah, this was ECC and this was HANA टेबल में. फिर भी आपको एक और पक्का एग्जांपल लेके बताता हूँ. ये जो मैट्रिक्स है, ये क्या होता है? ये टेबल से इमेजिन करो ऐसा है, ठीक है? इसमें सीरियल नंबर, नेम, रोल नंबर एंड द मार्क्स और एनी एड्रेस और समथिंग, ठीक है? ये ECC है. दिस इज ECC. सीरियल नंबर 1 नेम पुष्पक, serial number 2 name Vaibhav, serial number 3 name Janni, serial number 4 name Josh. Okay, roll number 1 say 100, 101, 102, 103. मार्क्स हो गया 30, एक मिनट, 30, 45, 60, 100 एंड एड्रेस हो गया से बेंगलोर, नागपुर, कोयम्बतूर, मैसूर. ठीक है? ये एक मैट्रिक्स लग रहा है आपको? यही मैट्रिक्स का ट्रांसपोज कर दिया हाना में. ये टेक्निकली है. It is not like you will not be able to see this way. UI is not designed like this, but the storage of data will be done in this way. HANA में अभी क्या होगा? ये सब रोल नंबर, सीरियल नंबर, नेम, रोल नंबर, मार्क्स, एड्रेस एक्सेट्रा ऐसा आएगा. ऐसा सीरियल नंबर, नेम, रोल नंबर, एड्रेस. ठीक है?
इसमें मतलब कॉलम और रोज में डिफरेंट होगा.
Exactly.
रोज में थे वो कॉलम में आ गया और जो कॉलम में थे वो रोज में हो गया.
जो भी कॉलम में था वो रोज में आ गया, रोज में था कॉलम में आ गया. इसका एडवांटेज क्या है और ये टेक्निकली कैसा वर्क करता है वो मेरे से अच्छा एक और वेपर आएगा आपका रियल टाइम क्लास में. वो एक्सप्लेन करेगा ये कैसे वर्क करता है और ये हाउ दिस विल सॉल्व द स्पेस टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. ठीक है? इसमें क्या होता है, ये टेबल से ये टेबल हो गया ना, ये ट्रांसपोज वाला टेबल में क्या होता है, द सर्च टाइम कम लेता है सिस्टम और मेमोरी भी कम लेता है स्टोर करने में. और सर्च करने के लिए भी बहुत ही आसान प्रोटोकॉल यूज करते हैं वाइल प्रोग्रामिंग. say while see this programming data using this program, the data are extracted. That program is in a background. They are running SQL, structured query language. So there is something called table joins, search, all these things. So better that guy होगा आपको ये कैसा fetch होता है डेटा. ठीक है? कुछ भी करो एसएपी में, आप कुछ भी डेटा सेव करो, फॉर एग्जांपल योर यूजर आईडी एंड पासवर्ड, इवन दैट यू विल बी स्टोरिंग इन अ टेबल ओनली। फॉर एग्जांपल हमारा कंपनी कोड बनाया आपने, बहुत कंपनी कोड बनाया ना, अब वो कंपनी कोड किधर स्टोर हो रहा है आपको पता है? आपका कंपनी कोड स्टोर हो रहा है एक टेबल नंबर T001 करके एक टेबल है, इसमें स्टोर हो रहा है। अगर ये टेबल में आपका एंट्री है तब भी सिस्टम ऑपरेट करेगा, नहीं तो एक एरर देगा सिस्टम। वो एरर क्या होगा? The particular company code does not exist in table number T001. You may have came across this particular error, right? हेनरी अरविंद में आया था ना बहुत ये वाला एरर।
Yes, sir, yes.
या सो इसीलिए आ रहा था, ये पर्टिकुलर डेटा वो टेबल में नहीं था। सिस्टम आपने रन किया एक प्रोसेस, उसमें चाहिए था ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल डेटा। सिस्टम ने क्या क्या किया? सिस्टम ने सर्च मारा एसक्यूएल, बैकग्राउंड में एसक्यूएल प्रोग्राम के जरिए सिस्टम ने सर्च मारा एक T001 टेबल पे, आपका जो भी की है और टेबल में जो भी की है वो कंपेयर किया, कोई की मिला नहीं, सिस्टम ने एरर थ्रो कर दिया। ऐसा वर्क हो रहा है, ठीक है? दिस इज अबाउट द टेक्निकलिटी ऑफ हाना ट्रांसपोज, ठीक है? लेट्स गेट इनटू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक। I think this we have completed. So examples of organization data: company code, plant, store location, purchase group, purchase organization. Apart from this, we have also worked on division. This is also organization data. Distribution channel. This is also organization data. Sales office, sales organization or sales group. Controlling area, right? कंट्रोलिंग एरिया हो गया, ये सब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेटा। अभी कॉस्ट सेंटर और प्रॉफिट सेंटर बनाए थे आप यूजिंग KCH5N, राइट? KCSH5N, ये टी कोड यूज करके आप प्रॉफिट सेंटर बनाए थे, और OKEON करके एक और टी कोड यूज करके आपने कॉस्ट सेंटर बनाया था। डज दिस क्वालिफाई फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेटा और समथिंग?
Yes, sir.
नहीं, ये this qualifies for the master data. This is not organization data. This is a master data. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So and this is constant. ये do not change का मतलब क्या है? हम change तो कर सकते हैं इसमें, पर इसका क्या है? Do not change. ये गलती नहीं है, ये सही है, पर do not change क्या है? डू नॉट चेंज ये है, अगर एक बार सेट किया आपने, चेंज करेंगे कंट्रोल डेटा, उसके अंदर का जो भी कंट्रोल डेटा रहेगा वो चेंज करेंगे। एज पर दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्ट विल नॉट गेट ऑन वैनिश, सो इसीलिए इसका चेंज नहीं है, ये कांस्टेंट डेटा है। ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेटा ऑलवेज रहेगा, विदाउट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेटा यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू वर्क एनीथिंग। सो दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ से it do not change or it is a constant data. It does not mean that you will not be able to make any changes inside the data. Okay, so this was the meaning. We can also add additional data if we want, such as addresses हो गया, the persons responsible हो गया, ये सब mandatory नहीं है, इसीलिए to save some time and for our convenience we will not maintain this. But in the production system, whenever I refer production system, means in a real time environment, a business is posting a real time stuff in that is a production system. SAP landscape का तो पता है आपको, so वो उसमें प्रोडक्शन करके एक थर्ड सिस्टम था, थर्ड सर्वर था, वो सर्वर का बात कर रहा हूं मैं। we can add the additional data in that server. You will be able to see each and every field populated with the data will be entered by the end users. Those who are working as an end user may know about this. When you see or when you fetch a vendor, you will get each and every data including a phone number of a vendor, and there is nothing, no field left out, right? Everything is filled over there, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is in the real time. हमारा कन्वीनियंस के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, फील्ड स्टेटस और फील्ड सिलेक्शन करके एक की रहता है, वो की में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, वी कैन सेट अप द ऑप्शनल एंट्री, रिक्वायर्ड एंट्री, जस्ट डिस्प्ले और सप्रेस्ड एंट्री। ये 4 ऑप्शन रहता है। अगर मैं सप्रेस्ड एंट्री में क्लिक किया, एक पर्टिकुलर फील्ड है, वो सप्रेस्ड एंट्री में मैंने क्लिक किया, वो फील्ड दिखता ही नहीं आपको।
Sir,
या टेल मी सुजाता।
sir, Jayani, sir. Talk in English, I can understand Hindi, sir.
Okay, fine, Janni. Thanks for
Thank you.
the information. Yeah, whenever uh, we do particular radio button set for a particular field, I will show you that as well today itself. Just wait for that. If I do this, okay, suppressed entry, display, or the required entry, or the optional entry, then if I do the suppressed entry, that field will not be visible in the transaction itself. While filling the data or making the data entry as an end user, that particular field will not be displayed at all. If it is only display, if I check this radio button for this display side, then the system will only display that field. It won't allow you to change anything in that field. And if I check the radio button in the required entry, then you must enter some data over there. Otherwise system will throw the error that this is a required entry, you will not be able to process your document further, or you will not be able to post your transaction further. Optional entry ka matlab, optional entry means what? Like even if you fill the data or do not fill the data, system will not worry about it. Simply you can continue with your process. So that is the meaning, and this is what the field selection operations are. We are going to do this in our coming classes when we start with this. Okay, today I will show you in the business partner vendor account group that if I make optional entry, required entry, display, how the system behaves. Okay, so this is about the organizational data, you know about it. The second kind of the data is a transactional data. So what is transactional data? Transactional data, it's a you will post every day, that is PR, PO, GR, or again you have RFQ and quotation, and whatever you do, whatever the data manipulation or the data mining or data entry, whatever you do, which do not fit as a master data, which do not belong to the category of master data, which do not belong to the category of organizational data, all the data, not just PR, PO, GR, etc. All the data which do not qualify as a master data, which do not qualify as a organizational data, is transactional data. Okay, this is transactional data. So be clear with this data. In L1 interview, you will be having this particular question. What do you mean by master data, or what is the difference between master data, organizational data, and the transactional data? That too, especially the freshers. Experience, if I show some experience, nobody will ask you what is master data, what is organizational data. But for the freshers, this is a very interesting area of interviewer. He will ask you to differentiate between master data, organizational data, and the transactional data. Okay, so master data exactly similar to the organizational data, it won't change. It is a constant thing. Once you have created, it will be there in the system, but you can change its attributes, you can change its character. Say mm ka master data, let's concentrate on master data. Some master data, let's concentrate on. So yeah, you can tell me. I think Henry Irwin class also I cover this usually. If you remember, you can tell me. First, master data. Come on, it should be interactive, guys. I want your involvement. Otherwise, it's very difficult to prepare you.
Basic data.
Material master.
Material master.
Yes,
master, sir.
super. Material master. Then
Vendor master.
Vendor master.
Vendor master.
vendor master. Then
PAR, purchase information request.
yes, PIR. Then
Quota
Source
arrangement.
list.
yes, source list.
Source
Then
list.
Quota arrangement.
yes, quota arrangement. So you don't tell vendor master data from now on, and we are also not learning material management now on. We are learning sourcing and procurement in S4 HANA. Nobody uses material management as a name. It is sourcing and procurement, and it is not vendor master. It is supplier master. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now PIR. PIR is a master data, right? So these are the some of the master data in material master or the sourcing and procurement module. So likewise, each and every modules in SAP we work with that will have its own master data. For example, FI may, like we have some master data in FI. Can anybody recall what master data you have created?
So cost center, profit center.
Yes, cost center, profit center master data, then GL account master data, then BPM, business partner master data, and
Master
then
controlling.
no, that is controlling, not FICO. Both are like studied together. That's why it is known as FICO, SAP FICO. But controlling is another module, different module. So controlling area, it's not a master data, it's a organizational data. Controlling area may, like if you have watched my video properly, there was something called operating concern. I have mentioned in the flow chart, if you remember, right? We haven't touched that operating concern because it is not required for sourcing and procurement. So that operating concern is a controlling master data. Okay. And profits
Okay, sir.
and yes, GL account master data, asset master data. So
Chart
these
of
are,
account.
yeah, chart of account is a organizational data. It's not a master data.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like we have some of the master data in each and every module, and separate this master data maintenance. We need to maintain the master data. Why we need to maintain the master data? Because master data is such a kind of data. If anything is missing in the master data, it may lead to the confusion in reporting, confusion in tracking the transactions. So it may also lead to some monetary losses. So for that, SAP came up with the something called MDG, SAP MDG. That means SAP Master Data Governance. This is a separate module in SAP. Okay, so to maintain that master data, completeness of master data is taken care by this, and formatting. And have you heard of CSV files, comma separated values? Used in data science. So that CSV file, how that CSV file and XML file to be activated, and how we can download the master data, and what is the fields to be mandatorily filled and complete. The we call that as a completeness of a master data. All these things will be taken care in master data governance. So coming to another transactional data are the reports. These reports are made on a daily basis. Either reports are extracted on a daily basis, or it is extracted on a weekly basis, or it is also extracted on a bi-weekly basis, that is 15 days once. It may be extracted 3 months once, 6 months once, so monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So any kind of a reports are there. So there are many reports. We will be concentrating on that reports as well, including the custom reporting in the real-time classes. Not now. There is something called RISE-F. So W for workflow and R for reports. So this reports we are going to digging into deep, and we may need some help from the or ABAPer as well. So we'll come up with the custom reports. The standard reports are available, such as MKVZ, MM60, MMBE. So all these are standard reports. But if I want the custom report, that I may not need some field, I may need some extra field which is not there in the standard report. So all those things are taken care with the help of ABAPers. There are three ways we can develop the report. One is standard report, another one is with the by changing the layouts of the standard reports, and with the help of the ABAPers. And also one more way is by using SAP query and the table joins. I told you the SAP works on the SQL language. So in SQL, there is a concept called table joins. Table joins, right table join, right join, left join, right outer join, right inner join, left outer join, left inner join, like this. Okay, we have so many table joins. We can literally say LFA1. This particular table contains the data related to the purchasing data of not purchasing data, general data related to the vendor, and KNA1. This is both are similar tables, but this is for vendor, this is for customers. There was a requirement that some company tells you that I want vendor and the customer details in a single report. Then what we can do is using SAP query. There is one functionality called SAP query. Using that SAP query, I can literally join these two tables and present it to the client. So this is another way of the reporting. So we have completed the master data. So this is also like constant one-time configuration needs to be done, not the changing MM0 to not the end user transaction. So it is one-time configuration. Both org data as well as master data can be the requirement of configuration is single time. Once you configure it, done. If you want to change the configuration, then it is a change request. We call it as a change request that we will discuss again in the real time classes. So you can see in the span of 20 minutes of the lecture, I have mentioned 3 or 4 times the real time topics, right? So that is more important than what you learn theoretically. But the problem is, if you don't learn theory properly, it is very difficult to understand the real time topics. So for that, you should have a solid base of a theory and the transactions, what you do, and then you can go for the real time one. Yeah, tell me anything.
Sir, physical inventory comes under which
Physical
inventory?
Physical inventory comes in inventory management, that too special procurement, or it is not at all procurement, it is a business process. Physical inventory. So physical inventory is not a master data, it's a transactional data.
Okay.
Okay, so we have completed the types of data. I know you know about the types of data, but still I thought of refreshing the types of data, especially for the freshers. Janani, Sujata, Josh, and Aditya. I think Aditya is absent today. So these three guys, you should concentrate on organizational data, master data, and the transactional data, because you will be getting this question in the interview. Vaibhav, Vikrant, and Mayank, you can safely avoid this. You just understand what it is. Okay?
Also, I just wanted to know theoretically how can we go through the theoretical questions? Is there specific kind of book, or will you provide the theoretical concept?
Not just theoretical concept. Whatever you are looking at on the slide, it's a theoretical concept only. So if you want, I can give you. Otherwise, I have sent a textbook. I think everybody has that textbook with you.
Yes, sir. In Henry Irving class, we said.
Yeah, in Henry Irving class, I have sent. I think Josh, do you have that textbook?
Yes, I do have the textbook from
Yes.
SAP Labs,
Yeah.
SAP Press.
Yes, SAP Press. There you will get the lots of theoretical stuff regarding this. So in the span of the short span, I will not be able to cover much deeper theory, and much deeper theory is not required. Whatever I teach in the class, I teach from that book itself. So it is kind of a notes you can consider. I will share the PPT with you, don't worry. And from there, if you know what is there in the PPT, that's more than enough to crack the interview. Exclusively reading the book is not required. That is my suggestion. If you want to know more, dig more, then of course you can, and also you should. Okay, if you are interested. But if your time is not permitting, somebody are working, so many people are working here, and they also see Janni and Sujata has got a small kids, so they may not get that much of time. So for that purpose, you can like if you want, you can refer. If you don't refer, then please do refer my materials. That's more than enough. You will get the PPT. I will say post the PPT after this class. After every class, you will get this PPT. okay, in a PDF format, or you can convert yourself to PDF format. I will send it in the PPT format itself. Okay. Yeah. Now coming to here upload. What it is? Upload. See, until now you know how to create a vendor using BP, how to create a vendor using material using MM01, how to create PIR using ME11, how to create a source list using ME01. So all these things you know, right? But what is this upload?
So when we are saving that, it is getting uploaded. So that is
Yeah,
uploading.
Vaibhav, can you explain what is this upload is?
if any mass material or mass data uh,
Yes,
which
correct.
will upload through the uh, format to SAP format.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens is, see, when you in a real time, usually the company implementing SAP is a big companies. Usually medium, mid-sized or the small companies don't go for SAP because it is very costly to maintain, so cumbersome to maintain for that purpose. So in the big organization, what happens? They want 2,000 materials to be created. Like if you start creating through MM01, how much time you will take? So for that purpose, SAP has given a functionality that we can design the uploaders. There will be a template created. That template is in the Excel format, and fill the data once, complete data once in the Excel sheet. No worry about any errors, and give it to the consultant. Consultant will upload through after the approval. So this is what the upload. Once he upload, that there is a something called field mapping, etc. So that we will see in the FS, functional specification topic, again in the real time side. So these are all the real time things. In normal SAP functionality, we won't use all these uploaders or anything. So in the real time, when you start working, na, you will start innovating things. That is what the engineer's work is. Okay, you will start innovating, and you will start, like, your ultimate aim is to reduce the losses, improve the profit, reduce the workload, improve the productivity, reduce the time, improve the productivity. So this is your ultimate aim, and you will be innovating or discovering the new things in these lines. So these are all coming from there in the real time. Okay, not in the normal classes or normal training. You won't get to see all these things. Fine. Uh, so whenever there is a mass maintenance, we do the upload. Otherwise, when the system, say ERP system, the company want to come out of the X or third party ERP or any other ERP, third party ERP to SAP. We call this as a non-SAP, non-SAP to SAP. Whenever company decides uh, to come from non-SAP to SAP side. So this particular thing will get uploaded through batch data communication or BP business application, BAPI, the business application programming interface, or LSMW. In HANA, it is LT, MC, say legacy, uh, transportation migration cockpit, and LT MOM. If you want to make any changes, that we will explain in the data migration topic of real time again. Okay, so now coming to the next topic of this. See, your interviews. My course in this particular batch, especially your core batch, I told you it is a job focused course. So these are the processes. I think I have invited Mohan to our classes. He also, like, he told some processes are there. Some companies use 4 or 5 processes maximum. So that process you should be well versed with. These are the processes he was talking about. Even I showed you this particular screenshot in that interaction, right? So these are the processes: direct procurement, indirect procurement, subcontracting, consignment, pipeline, services, STO, physical inventory, return delivery, RTP, return with packaging, MTO, MTS, and MTE. I think those who are in the automobile side, Mayank, Vaibhav, you may know about make to order, make to stock, right?
No, sir, we are working in aerospace.
Okay, you are working in aerospace. Mayank, have you came across make to order, make to stock, etc.?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So those processes. See, this is MMSD integration. Okay, this is material management and sales and distribution integration, and this is MMPP integration. Again, this is MMPP integration, and yeah, asset procurement. Again, this is MMFI integration. The third party process MMSD integration. So all integrations will happen here. Okay, the no single module will work in a special procurement processes. So there is a integrations and other GR process. I don't personally consider it as a business process, but many consultant and some of my friends suggested to add this other GR process into business process itself. After a long debate, I have agreed to add it. So goods issue process. This also I don't consider. Okay, sorry. This also I don't personally consider that this is something, say, business process. I don't consider this also not a business process. So these are the some of the processes, very very important. In L1 interview you can expect up to 40% of the interview revolve around this. In L2 interview you can expect up to 70% of the interview revolve around this. So this is very very important part of our course. So what I will do, see you, if you see the gap or the document I have sent you as the syllabus, it does not mention any of the processes. Then how we are going to cover this? See, we are going to cover this from the next class onwards, say from Monday onwards, next week onwards, on a daily basis. Okay, every day, every 15 days, these process will get repeated theoretically and sometimes system running as well. Okay, so every day we will be covering each process. First I will explain what it is. From next day onwards, a particular person will be assigned to explain a particular process. He will be explaining it. So first 15 process I will explain, then you will start explaining, okay, one by one. So this is how I will make you, I have a plan to repeat this at least 12 times until we complete the course. Okay, so that you will become well versed with it. So on a daily basis we are going to take these processes, and in this, say, business process is the word I have used. This is a old term. In a new term, in HANA term, it is known as procurement or special procurement processes. Special procurement process. So today let's not get into this or what it is and how it is. Some of the processes you have already worked on, but still there is a expertise or the mastery is required. Okay. Now coming to the next slide, you know about it, so I won't waste my time on explaining the landscape. If you want me to explain, then please let me know. Shall I skip it or you
Yes,
want me
sir.
to explain?
Skip it, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Skip it.
Josh, you know about it?
Yes, you can skip it.
Okay. Yeah, now coming to the business applications of SAP HANA and as well as ECC. You can see ECC here because of my logo. You are not able to see ECC, both in SAP HANA and ECC, but stick to only HANA. ECC will get a stop the will be stop the SAP Labs or SAP SE or AG. This is a company name. This will stop supporting the ECC products from 2025. So 2025 is the last nail in the coffin of ECC. After that, you will only get to see HANA, not ECC. So first, SAP has got so many products. These are the applications. Some of the applications I have mentioned. There are 182 plus applications in SAP. Say modules. You can consider it as a modules. 182 different modules we have. So the main modules are MM, FI, CO, SD, PP, PM, HR or HCM, and SCM, EWM, WM. Then what we have, Ariba, Fieldglass, Concur, Copa, etc. Okay, here. So first one is, the first module is SAP Research and Development. So research and development activity can be monitored through this particular module. SAP Finance, we already discussed about this. SAP Sales. Inside SAP Sales, we have got one more API, that is Hybris. You may heard of SAP Hybris. Then SAP got marketing tool as well. Again, this helps in marketing, SAP Hybris. Sourcing and procurement. This is our module. Material management. Related to it are Ariba, Concur, and Fieldglass. Fieldglass also has got some relation with HR side as well. Okay. So Ariba is used in the retail. Then sourcing and procurement, again. Supply chain. Coming to supply chain, it is EWM. EWM, logistics execution, and WM. So these are the some of the module in supply chain. See, asset management was a part of uh, SAP ECC and HANA, but there is a separate dedicated module available for SAP asset management as well. SAP manufacturing covers what? PP, PM. What is PP? Production planning, and PM is plant maintenance. SAP services, SAP, again, this is a hybrid thing. And somebody have heard of ServiceNow? This is not a SAP product, but it is a very like largely integrated with the SAP. ServiceNow, it is a separate software like Salesforce. You heard of Salesforce, right? Nobody heard of Salesforce?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Salesforce, ServiceNow, these are all third party SaaS software. Coming to the next. So this is the introduction of HANA. This is the fourth major release from, I think it is SAP HANA development started in 2004. The S4 HANA development started from 2004. So HANA came into the market with a major presence or major release, we can say, or the stable release, we can say, uh, in 2015. So it took more than 10 years to develop this particular product. Here, S4, there is a meaning for each and everything. S4. S4 represents the four, S for SAP, of course, fourth generation. And HANA represents high level analytic appliance, that is the name of the database. ECC was also a database, enterprise central component or the enterprise control component. So both are the databases. So these databases are used to store the data, work on the programming language SQL and C++ together, and SAP has developed, making some small changes. SAP came up with the its own language called ABAP. Okay, now ABAP also like going into the changes, like we have ABAP ABAP equal to C++, some concept of C, and some concept of SQL. This was a mixture of three languages. Now ABAP is going much change, such as there is a RAP, there is a CDS, there is a OData, there is a UI5, UI12. So there are so many things came with the integration of JavaScript, React, Node.js, and the Java itself, J2EE, So all these languages are now getting into the ABAP side and getting integrated with the SAP language. RAP means RESTful ABAP programming. CDS means core data services. OData, object data, and then UI5 is a language used for coming up with the user interface in Fiori. So UI12, all those things uses web URL, right? Whenever there is a intervention of web URL, you can say there is a availability of HTML5, XML, and then JavaScript. So whenever there is a UI comes, React, Node, Angular, JS, all these programming language will do their intervention. So this is what the changes we are expecting. Now there is a cloud integration. So another concept of computer science, that is cloud computing, that is also getting integrated into the SAP. SAP is so flexible that it make place for every product, every other product, every third party products. So there is nothing that you cannot integrate with the SAP. That's why SAP is a market leader in the ERP system side. See, why again HANA becomes very popular choice. See, we have three levels of deployment, but in ECC we can do only on-premise deployment, nothing else. So SAP provides three levels of deployment. Out of that, one of the kind of deployment is on-premise deployment. So as its name suggests, SAP S4HANA is deployed in an organization's data center. What do you mean by this? Organization's data center. That means the servers are maintained within the organization. All the data, whatever they do, will be stored in that particular server itself. It won't go to any third party data center. See, you use Facebook, you upload a photo in the Facebook or a Instagram or a WhatsApp. You may heard of the Facebook owns a data center as big as a football field in China. Have you heard of this particular thing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that data center, your data, whatever you upload, that particular data will go and store in that server. Okay, so that is known as data centers. Here in SAP, when we deploy on premise, it means the data center is in the organization itself. Nobody will go, or no data will go outside the organization. So whenever the company want to work on a very confidential basis, this is the choice they will go for. Now coming to it, see, it will be a full control over the system. The company which operates or which have this deployment will have a full control over the, not just the system, over the data. Will have control over the data, its implementations, its configurations, and its ability to make the modifications, and it can also have the license of the software. So SAP, there are two kind of a company, okay? There are two kind of a company who recruits SAP consultant. One is the company, IT companies, which will provide this implementation, configuration, and modification services. We call this as a change management. Change management. The third party company will come to your location and they will set up a system, SAP system for you. That kind of a company is IT companies such as TCS, Accenture, Cognizant. So all these are the example of these company who provide the implementation, configuration, and modification services to the other companies who use the SAP on a daily basis. This is one kind of a company who, say, 90% of the consultants are recruited by these companies. Another company like say Philips, Boat, or say Suzuki. So these kind of a company, what they do, they also recruit SAP consultant along with the end user. They also maintain SAP consultant. They are known as in-house consultants. These companies do not implement SAP system for other company. Instead, they hire the consultant for these product based companies hire the consultant for their problems or their change management, their configurational maintenance, their license maintenance. They hire them. So these are the two companies. These are the service-based companies and these are the product-based companies. So initially it's suggested that you should get a job in a service-based company, not in a product-based company. If you get into a product-based company initially, say before you will get you are getting an experience of 5 to 8 years level. If you get into a product-based company, then your knowledge will be suppressed because you know only those processes which is used in the company in your project itself. But in the service based company you will be handling different implementation processes, so your the horizon of the knowledge will be twofold increased. So for that purpose it is suggested that initial job should not be in the product company in SAP. It should be in the service based company. You spend some 5 6 years in the service based company as a consultant, then you can safely shift to the product based company and you can settle over there. No need to switch back again to the service based companies, and nobody will switch back again for the service based companies, because at the end of 5 to 8 years, like, you will be pro in the system. You know each and every nooks and corners of the SAP system, and you know almost everything. You can also start building You may also start building your own ERP product based on the experience you have gained. So initially it is suggested that you will not get into the service as a product based companies. There are some to give some example, there is a company called Sterilite Technologies. This company is a US company. Recently, say a week back, I cleared this interview. I am waiting for their offer letter. So this company work on it's a US company. This work on the sector of optical fibers. So this company is a product based company. If you get into this particular company initially, then your knowledge base will be severely suppressed. And one more example, if you want to give, it's a Koch Industries. There is a company called Koch Industries, and one more example to give, it's a car technologies. There is a company called Car Technology. So all these companies are product-based companies. So please don't get into them as a in-house consultant initially. After 5 years, it is a safe, and they will provide more packages than the service-based company. That is also there. Okay. Now coming to the next one, say here what happens, we are into the on-premise deployment itself. Then internal IT team, that's what I talked about just now. Internal IT team in the organization can manage the security and governance. So there will be a internal in-house consultant. They can maintain the software with any applicable enhancement packs and not the fixes. And most importantly, they can choose the timing of the implementation of upgrades. It also the possible for the organization to be remained on the same database if it does not want S4HANA database. That means if they already using ECC, if they don't want to migrate S4HANA, they can also maintain along with S4HANA implementation. S4HANA functionality can be implemented into ECC database itself. That's why, see, whenever I run my ECC server, you may have seen in the uh, Henry Irwin classes, I was running ECC system, but the HANA transaction, such as in ECC, in normal ECC, MB1A, 1B, 1C, okay, without this, the system will not allow us to do this transaction in MIGO. We have to do it in this particular T code only. There was a if you say
Is it visible?
no, not yet. Wait a minute, Josh. I think some setting is missing. Okay, try to share now. Any error are you getting? Yeah, now it is visible, Josh.
Right. This is a VM.
Yeah, this is a virtual machine where from that thing there is a SAP management console connected. So from there we can access the ECC. Just open it, Josh. Guys, this will take time, okay? 5 minutes. So that is the problem. This is a VM. Yeah, double click on that. Yeah, now it has started. Yeah, maximize. Yeah, just come out of everything. This is how the old SAP system look like. This is the pure ECC system, and the HANA integration is not possible here. Okay, whatever the server access I was using, in that server access, there is a HANA integration is possible. Some of the HANA features like MB1A, 1B, 1C, if I don't use, I can use it in the Migo. But here I have to use MB1A, 1B, 1C only. In the Migo, I will not be able to make any transaction with respect to that. So this is the pure ECC system. You can see. This is a bit slower. Just run MM01. Yeah, UI look like this, like age-old UI. You can also see, I think it is Windows 98, Server 98 or 2003, right?
2003.
Yeah, 2003. But this is on your system, and there is no server is required or something like that. Yeah, Josh, you can stop sharing. This is the age-old SAP system. This will not work through the server. Let me share my screen back. Yeah, 5 minutes more. Let's conclude the class for the today. Okay. Here, so same database. That's what I told you. If the company don't want to change the database, then we can integrate the S4 HANA into the same database. So we can make available all the features of S4 HANA into the same database. So that's what the we can remain with the same database if does not want the HANA database, which is the requirement of business suite. But this needs an evaluation. But this will needs an evaluation, as that organization will not be able to take much advantages of the new development that is coming up. That may not be supported in the old database. The hardware may not be supported for the new softwares, such as say if there was a in-memory capabilities, etc., must be compromised. Okay, then the second kind of a deployment, it is a cloud deployment, which we are talking about. So this is known as BTP, that is Business Transformation Cloud. SAP Business Transformation Platform. In the cloud deployment option, what happens is the data center is maintained elsewhere. The organization is now able to run its software or entire enterprise in a cloud with a digital code that includes finance, controlling, sales, procurement, manufacturing, etc. The cloud edition can be adopted the existing and the new organization via simple subscription model, like what we are doing. See, you people has paid 7,500 rupees, right? For 3 months server access. Like this payment, we can. This is a subscription model. So that with that subscription model, we can have the SAP S4 HANA. For your information, there is two kind of cloud edition SAP provides nowadays. One is private cloud edition. Private cloud edition means it is completely private and organization. It is independent for single organization. Nobody else apart from that organization will be able to use it, and full customization is available. But there is also another version, public cloud edition for the business itself. Those people who don't want to spend much and don't want much customization. So those their work will be completed with the standard transaction. So that kind of organization can go for public shared cloud access as well. So SAP also started providing private edition and public edition, public edition and private edition, what is the difference? In public edition, there is very less customization is available. In private edition, the full customization is available. So what you are learning is a private edition, not the public edition. Okay, but you are working on a public edition platform, but learning about the private edition work, right? So it is a full SaaS model. SaaS, I have already told you, it is a software as a service. The pricing of the software varies as it follows a subscription model. So pricing varies here. There is something called SAP Business One, if you have heard of. SAP Business One. One of my friend industries, why they don't prefer SAP? Because of their pricing model. Their subscription is too costly for normal small business to consider. So what features an organization requires and not require, so depending on the licenses, we can configure that. So this is about the cloud deployment. Again, there are two kind of a cloud deployment, which I already discussed about, private cloud and the public cloud. Now some company wants the hybrid mode. That means they want to some part of the ERP they want to maintain in the some sensitive data, say finance data. They want to maintain in their in-house data center, and some data such as material document data or vendor master data, this kind of a data they want to maintain outside in the cloud, that can also be done. So that is hybrid deployment. Hybrid deployment is basically combination of both on premise as well as cloud. It can be an organization which has no premise on premise. This is not no, it is on premise. On premise deployment for its software, and it also running remote sales offices, subsidiary mergers, acquisitions, etc. with the cloud integration. So this is a hybrid model. The existing SAP customer can have both the choice of on premise as well as the cloud with S4 HANA. This is not available in ECC. ECC can only be deployed on premise, not in the cloud. Okay. Now, these are the major releases and version. No need to remember anything. You can simply just have a knowledge of. That's it. No need to remember. And SAP will keep on releasing this versions. Okay, regularly. Say it is like a Windows update you are getting, or Android update you are getting. Some of the functionalities are fixed. Some of the bugs are fixed. So this will happen. No need to worry about this much. So in 2014, in 2015, SAP came up with Finance 1503, then 1511. 16, they have come up with 1605 and 1610. We are working on 2022 version. That is the latest version. Whatever you are accessing, the server access is your server access is 2022 version. So in 2017, they came up with 1709, 18, 1809, and 1909. This is a little famous version. Most of the companies, say 70% plus companies work with 1909 version. 2020, after that again 2021 came, and 2022 also came. So there is a continuous innovation going on. So these releases will keep on coming in coming days. See, these are the cloud release versions. The previous version, what we discussed, was on premise, and these are the cloud release versions 16.3, 16.5, 8.11. So these are some of the cloud release versions 18, 19. Now, again, this is also on the continuous innovation side. So, advantages of SAP, it is a pretty big topic. So, I will take this particular thing in the next class.
Sir, what will be the topic for tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow this topic will get continued, and tomorrow tomorrow's topic is more on the technology side. The views, that is not the material master views. There are three kind of views: user oriented view, logical view, and software oriented view. That will be covered, and the R3 architecture, the layers of that. application layer, presentation layer, and
presentation.
yeah, application, presentation, and database layer, how the data flow
Database.
takes place between these layers. So all those topics will be covered along with the today's topic, whatever we have need to complete. So tomorrow's topic is also more or less like today's topic.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So some of the parts is very important for the interview. Some part is not at all important for the interview. Just to know and make you a little more familiar with the system, software side of the system. As an engineer, now you need to start thinking about, not as a functional consultant. So uh, this will be like if you understand these two classes really well, then you will understand the logic behind what we are doing in coming days. Got it? Yeah. So any other doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, fine then. I will close the class for the day, and tomorrow we will be meeting on the same day. And tomorrow you will get two videos. One is on asset, another one is on tolerance limit. So both get it configured. We have 2 days. That is tomorrow one day and the day after tomorrow another day. Until then, we need to complete the by day after tomorrow. I want everybody to be ready with the finance configurations. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. All of you agree that I will post this on the YouTube channel. This particular recording will be posted on the YouTube channel. Anybody has any objection for that?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, good
Sir,
night.
thank you.
Good night. And I am sorry. There was some delay in between because of the personal reasons.
सर
I
कोई
take
बात
the
नहीं
full
ठीक है
responsibility
भाई
of that.
हम तो समझते हैं
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, guys. Good night. Bye.
you. Thanks.
Good night.
Good night, sir.